All right, so I know you guys are watching, your business owners, your entrepreneurs. You have a lot of expenses. You might have to pay staff, pay for equipment, pay for software, pay for rent, overheads. You might have to pay for a lot of things. But when it boils down to it, should you pay for a videographer or should you just do it yourself? Hey guys, I'm Amadeus, video producer and brand developer, and I want to dive into this story before I answer this question, right? I do a lot of direct outreach for my business, and I just kind of look at, social media, and I look at people's website and things of that nature, and I just reach out. And luckily, I had a relationship with this person already, and I said, listen, you know what? I reached out, I said, listen, I've been following you for a bit now, and I went to your website, and I really just think I could just improve the overall branding of your whole business. I said, listen, I'd kill it. And they said they liked me, and said that they brought me in for a meeting, what have you. And I'm sitting with the person, I'm just kind of explaining with them, I'm like, yo, like, your website right now is really not up to standards. And then they say, well, and I understand this. It's like, well, it does the job. That's what they said. They said it does the job. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just take a step back then. Because obviously, because we get like this as entrepreneurs, like we're so caught up in what we're doing and our vision that when we take a step back, we're like, oh my fucking goodness, what's going on here, right? So I was like, listen, all right, you think it does a job. How about we just look at what other people are doing? So I drew up 6 different customers within just a 2-mile radius, the same industry. Six different customers in a 2-mile radius had a professional video on, well, 4 of the 6 had a professional video on their home page. And I was just in a 2-mile radius, right? So now I'm like, okay, well, you think this does a job, but your competitors, they're just purely outperforming you. Their websites are more visual, they're more engaging, and they just have way better branding than you. So after showing them the six websites, 4 out of the 6 having professional video on their home page, I said, listen, do you think your website does a job now? So this brings me to my question to you, and I guess here's my answer for it, right? Is hiring a videographer worth it? My answer is absolutely yes. Like, no debate about it. It's definitely worth it. For the first reason that this customer, well, potential customer, like at first, they didn't have a video on their website, but the fact that their other competitors did brings up my first point, is that you need to be competing with your competitors, right? People are using video. Video is a very high commodity these days because it's very visual. It's used for different types of ads and what have you. So everybody's using videos. Your competitors are using videos. So if you want to compete with them and stay on the same level, right, then you need to be doing that. I'm not even talking about dominating the market. I'm talking about competing with them. If you're a company right now, an entrepreneur that doesn't have video production, you're not even competing with your competitors. And if you don't believe me, pause this video and go to a couple different websites of your same competitors and see if they're using video for their business. I guarantee you the answer is yes, right? So if you're not even using videos right now, then you're not even competing. That's why you're losing money, right? So that's the first reason, compete with your competitors, right? And then secondly, one of the main things was that, oh man, like I felt that, the videos, I shouldn't even disclose the gender, right? So the person felt that, oh man, I take good photos, I take good videos, And I'm like, listen, like, to be frank with you, no, you don't. You're shooting things from an iPhone, 6, 7? Like, yeah, I mean, listen, I do understand that you can take great photos through your phone, but at most, they should just go on your social media. But for your website, nah. I mean, for your website, you're gonna need to bring professional equipment because you only get to make that statement once. Yeah, for your social, you can do shoot from your iPod, iPhone, that's fine. But for your website, you need to have that professional, that solid production, that solid presentation, right? I was telling her this, I was like, listen, you think these are good, but these are shot on your iPhone, where you're getting other competitors, again, they're filming with DSLRs and 4K equipment and they're editing with Photoshop and Lightroom, and you're not doing any of that. That's why, you're not really able to break through. So just to reiterate the second topic is just that, listen, you might think it's good, but it's not good. You might think it's of today's standards, but it's not of today's standards. So in order to really compete in today's standards and make actually really good looking content, and not just being egotistical about it and saying, oh, because I shot it, I think it's good. Because that's what the person said. Oh, I shot it, I think it's good. Well, you think it's good, but we don't think it's good, right? So you need someone who knows what great video production looks like, who knows what great photography looks like, right? So bring in that professional with that professional eye that has a skill set, that has been doing it for a good amount of time. They know what works, they know what doesn't work. And they'll come in and they'll take professional shots, professional video production, and what they have you looking right? And third, I think companies do this sometimes, and they actually make a really big mistake, is that they don't hire out a video producer, and they make videos that looks like this. And I remember seeing this is on YouTube, it's public, so I can show this video. It's like, it's out of focus. This footage out of focus. This footage is overexposed. This footage is shaky. This is just like super unprofessional looking. So like, you get things that look like this, and it's like, wow, I'm like, damn, if they was to just use a videographer, this video could have been so much better. I mean, if they just use a professional photographer, they could have turn this image into this image, right? But they decided not to, so they wasted a whole opportunity, and they came up with something that looks like this. So what I would suggest to you is that, like, you might be missing out. You might be deteriorating your whole brand visuals, your whole brand image, the whole perception of your brand, because you're stubborn, you want to do things yourself, and you're putting things out on a subpar level, and you're putting out so much you're putting out so much quantity of bad quality that you're sabotaging your brand. You're literally just sabotaging your brand because you're just putting so much quantity of low quality stuff, right? So in order to not do that, hire out a video producer, hire out a video photographer that's going to bring that high quality visuals from the jump, right? Because you don't want to be deteriorating your own brand by producing, bad quality stuff, right? And then lastly, and I think it's probably one of the biggest things, is that, listen, your expertise might be writing. Your expertise might be tech or restaurants or construction or whatever your expertise is. That's what you're an expert in, right? Now, I'm an expert in brand development. So that means visuals like photography and video production, all right? So with that said, you have your expertise in something, and I have my expertise in the whole world brand development. So that means when I'm shooting a video or I'm doing photography, I'm not just looking at, is this photo good or not? Because I know it's going to be good. I'm looking at, okay, how is this photo going to bring in, how is this photo going to create a perception that's going to lead to social proof? How is this video going to be used for Instagram and that square, that one dimension? How is this video going to be used for a Facebook ad? How is this video going to bring in brand awareness? How is this video going to be used for a YouTube ad? How is this video going to lead to conversions, engagement? So I'm looking at so much more than just does this video look good? That's what you're focused on, because your whole goal is to make the video look good. I'm going to see things from a wider perspective. I'm going to see things like, how is this video going to help out the business, right? If your video doesn't help out your business, then what are you doing essentially, right? So those are the 4 main reasons why you should hire out a videographer. For one, to compete with your competitors, because everybody's doing it, right? Secondly, to produce great quality work. Although you might be thinking, oh, it's good quality, it's not good, right? Listen, you want to produce great quality work. You might be thinking, oh, I'm shooting from my iPhone, it's good quality. Listen, it's not good. It's not up to today's standards. Bring in a professional, bring in professional equipment so that they can put out that high quality, great work that you need. Thirdly, you don't want to deteriorate your own brand by producing high quantities of low quality stuff. You're going to be deteriorating your brand perception, and you're pretty much going to be sabotaging your own business. And lastly, more importantly, get someone that knows everything, not just the technical side of the video, but just the whole brand aspect and marketing, and it just knows the whole space of visuals and just how visuals can help your brand, your business, and your marketing, everything, right? To bring in someone that just knows the whole scope of the whole project, right? So those are 4 main reasons why you definitely should hire out a video producer. It's definitely worth the money. And guess what, guys? If you need a video producer, my name is Amadeus. You can go on thegreatmedia.com to learn about what I do as a service. And guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to this video. Listen, like subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna give you so much more like value in terms of like hiring out a video producer, what type of videos that you need that's gonna benefit your business, how to hire a video producer, right? Things of that nature. So thanks for watching, and remember, be great.